Canon EOS R7 Review. There is a lot to like about Canon EOS R7, and it ultimately feels more like a mid-range camera that lots of Canon fans have been waiting for. It is fast, has powerful autofocus that functions well with a variety of subjects, creates excellent images, handles well, and is competitively priced. All that's necessary to dislike about it is that the system is new, so the number of available native lenses is small. If it continues to implement Canon's innovative products quickly, this system might turn out to be very popular. Canon's models of DSLRs and EOS cameras have combined to create the middle-of-the-road EOS R7, a standalone camera that is both easy to use and portable. Coincidentally, if you own a Canon EOS camera, you will be comfortable operating it. However, even if this is your first time utilizing the brand, everything will be simple to figure out. For the Canon EOS R7 digital camera, a deep schedule will make it user-friendly for photographers. The camera is small enough for travel shooting, but its overall size is not small. Not all digital cameras have an LCD with a top plate that's suitable for checking within a few seconds. The same thing is true of the full-frame EOS R6, so APS-C users shouldn't feel bad in this instance. What you get is a straightforward camera control system, consisting of a mode dial to the right of the viewfinder, a control dial just behind the shutter button, and dedicated buttons just behind that for ISO and video recording. Flip to the back of the video camera, and there you will find a joystick-cum-control wheel hybrid. This will be appealing to some, and not to others. It takes some time to get used to, especially if you're already a Canon owner. Use the joystick to adjust the AF point, or you can use the screen to adjust this as long as you have touch and drag enabled in the main menu. If you are moving to the EOS R7 from an analog camera, you may discover that you are getting used to the electronic viewfinder. The R7S has a 2.36mm screen, a 1.15x zoom, and a 120 frames per second refresh rate. The EOS R7 was anticipated to be a wildlife sports camera with a slot for CF-Express type speeds, but instead, we got two UHS-2 slots. On the one hand, it's too bad that the camera doesn't include CF-Express speeds, but it's no surprise that it's priced lower than the regular UHS-2 models, and it tends to be a more straightforward setup. It is cheaper than ever to purchase SD cards now, so it is a smart choice for those on a budget. The Canon EOS R7 is targeted at sports and wildlife photographers, owing to its top-notch autofocusing and burst shooting abilities. If you're coming from an older camera, you're going to find this to be the most appealing attribute. Variably supported by dual-pixel CMOS AF2, which is the latest autofocusing technology of the Canon EOS R6 camera. Dual-pixel CMOS AF2 is equipped with intelligent technology pertaining to the subject tracking of dogs, cats, and birds, as well as vehicles and people. At 32.5 MP, the EOS R7 has a high megapixel count for an APS-C camera. This advantage is that images look beautiful and detailed, and your camera can crop features, which is useful for wildlife photography and other such content. The possible flaws of all the pixels crammed into a somewhat small IP address are that low-light photo shoots can't compete with full-frame models or even APS-C models with more modest resolutions. For the majority of photographers, this is not much of an issue. There are a few situations where it may result in less than perfect footage. For example, during our testing, we used the RF 600mm f11 lenses. While this is a great lens for shooting wildlife, thanks to its compact size and long reach, the maximum aperture of f11 means you'll need to use fairly high ISOs, even if it is bright outside. RAW files offer a fair number of options for editing, enabling you to pull back a fair amount of missing data in lowlights and highlights. Similarly, you can alter the degree of softening and noise if you prefer to see more detail than the JPEG output permits.